Hey, what's up you guys? Oliver here. So the first thing is I'm in my pajamas, so low effort to start off with, and second off, my hair is a complete mess, so I'm gonna have to apologize for that too. But this is my very first YouTube video, so if you are feeling nice, do hit that like button, okay? Because it helps me out and it shows that you guys have some sort of interest in this channel. And it also helps my confidence a little bit, so yeah, that would be great if you guys hit that like button. So for today's video, I wanted to talk about an issue that was on my Instagram that ended up getting something like 9,000 likes over 4 pictures. And it is the story about the old man who attacked me at a store. I'm not going to name the store, but it's a grocery store. It's a really funny story to the outside world, I think, but to me it was pretty scarring. So essentially what happened was, for the first trip, so I went to the grocery store one day, I think it was on the weekend, and there was this older man, probably in his 60s or something like that. He was very old, very decrepit. You probably would not want to be associated with him because he was just so like almost homeless looking. I don't think he was homeless, but he definitely looked it. Anyway, he was in this store with me, and we were in the vegetable aisle, and for some reason he singles me out. There were definitely a lot more people around, and he singles me out, and he ends up throwing 3 tomatoes at me, which is just like, why? And they were baked tomatoes. They were like the good burger tomatoes, right? And he took them and he threw them at me one by one, and they obviously splattered my shirt, stained my shirt. It was really annoying, and he's just there, sort of, I don't know why. Maybe he's just deluded or crazy, but it was so weird, because that has never happened to me, that an old man just throws, you know, food at you. And to make this story even weirder, after he threw the 3 tomatoes at me, he told me, "I'm trying to free you of your sins." Well, he didn't even tell me this. It was more like a shouting of authority. What in the world are you talking about? It was so crazy, honestly, so crazy. 3 tomatoes and shouting at me that he's gonna free me of my sins, which, I mean, what sins? I don't know what he's talking about, to be fair. So fast forward about a week, and I'm back at the grocery store, the same grocery store, pretty much the exact same spot, and that man was there again. And I noticed him, and I mean, I didn't want to, like, you know, show my face because this was really awkward. I noticed him and I tried to get what I needed and sort of walk away. And he did notice me, I guess, because he took a potato this time, a good sized potato, you know, very heavy potato, and he just threw it at me like a baseball. He just threw it at me as hard as he could, I think, and it hit me again, and it actually really hurt. Like, if you get a potato thrown at your chest, it genuinely hurts. So that was my second encounter with this old man. It's so crazy. So my third encounter is probably the funniest thing I've ever witnessed. Well, funny to the outside again. It was really scary for me. The same man was there at the same grocery store, and this time he threw somewhat rotten tomatoes. They weren't necessarily rotten, but they were definitely on the shelf a long time. And he took these tomatoes and he threw them at me, and he said, "Blink, blink," like shouting at me, "Blink." And I mean, what do you do in that situation? I just sort of blinked at him. I kept on blinking, but he did not stop throwing these tomatoes at me, and it was so weird. Why do I have to blink? Anyway, eventually I kept on shouting stop, and he did stop, and he sort of walks up to me slowly, with his tomato still in his hand, and he walks up to me slowly. He gets closer to my ear and he says, "Bees struggle to reproduce this time of year." What? Honestly? What? First of all, I do not even know how bees reproduce or if they struggle to reproduce during that time of year, but I can tell you that is definitely the strangest thing that has ever happened to me. Definitely the strangest. I have, like, honestly, is that some sort of code word? Code sentence? I'm so clueless. So those were my 3 encounters with this old man, and thankfully I think it's going to be my last time seeing him for a long time, because what I found out the other day is he got arrested for public nudity, and this was in like November, I think, late November, so it's really cold outside, and he was public nudity. A really strange thing. And to make it worse was this case was very close to a middle school, right? So there's this naked, crazy old man at a middle school. Very odd. What I later found out for the reason he was naked at this middle school was because he didn't have any food. I guess he was very poor, and he didn't have any food, so in order to go to jail and have food, he decided to be nude in public at a middle school with like 12-year-olds. Crazy, right? Anyway, that was my story with this old man. And I can tell you it is definitely in the top 5 weirdest stories I've ever experienced, to be honest. Definitely not the weirdest. There are a couple weird, very weird things that have happened to me, but that is definitely up there. So as I said at the beginning of this video, do hit that like button if you enjoyed this story and if you want to see more of me, and also hit the subscribe button if you are inclined to hear some more crazy, weird stories, and hopefully other stuff. I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do yet in terms of what my channel is gonna be mainly, but I know it should be fun stuff. So this was a little bit of a serious topic, not much, it was a crazy story, but hopefully I should have some really fun videos coming out soon. So yeah, hit the subscribe button. Why not, right? Also, follow me on Instagram if you'd like. It's, I think I'm at 34,000 follows now. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. And apart from that, I mean, thanks for watching.